everybody. Welcome to Wiki Tree Symposium 2024. My name is Sandy. This is day 2, and I am thrilled because this is the second time I get to host Miss Lianne. I am so thrilled. We've been having a blast waiting for the show to start, and I have to say, Lianne, that this one is very special to me that you're talking about vlogging. And if you don't know what vlogging is, I always tell people get your phone, get your camera, get whatever you have to take the V in vlogging, right?
Perfect.
I mean, that seems to make sense. Now, Leanne, for those of you that might not know you, and I don't know who that is, there might be somebody out there, but could you tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about what you're presenting today with your vlogging?
Sure. I am a genealogist. I have been since I was a little kid. And I work with mitawydna.org. I'm the treasurer and CFO for that. I'm also currently president of Alberta Genealogical Society, just for fun. And, and I have taught computer software classes since 1982. And that's my passion. And genealogy is my passion. And I love combining the two of them and helping people use the computer to solve and work with their genealogy.
And I'm going to add a little bit else to you. You're a frequent presenter and at Roots. We
Yes,
frequently see you at Roots as well. But when you say computer, I'm going to expand that to technology because of this show.
yes. Oh,
Because
yes.
you're going to talk about the vlogging. Why is it important that we start thinking about vlogging?
Uh, Two reasons. One, to record our ancestors, our families' history, but it also does something for us. A few people have said that when I've talked about this, they go, oh, that just so helps our kids and us with who we are. And a lot of us need to know that today. That just helps us strengthen us to get through whatever we need to.
And it's really interesting back in the day, and that probably maybe 5 years ago, even we were thrilled if we saw a photo or a handwritten note or their signature, but our technology, we can do so much more now with this. I know that I'm talking a lot and I'm taking away some of your presentation time. I'm just so excited about this because this is something that I am going to put in action as soon as this show is over. So let me turn it over to you. You guys are in for a treat. You guys are just in for a large treat. And let me turn it over to Lianne.
Thank you. And I'll share my screen because you don't need. There we go. And it's coming. Sure it is. Can can you see that? Oh, there it is. Oh, it was okay. Delayed a little bit. Sorry about that. Vlogging. It's like blogging, but a little more fun for some of us, I think. Um, so I want to share one of my favorite quotes. The best way to show your love for those who have gone is to tell their stories. And that is quote from a TV show called Once Upon a Time, ABC. Isn't that beautiful? And it's we talk about blogging, but that means writing, but not everybody's comfortable about writing. And not everybody has the talent to express how they're feeling in words. There are some people that do it well. Most of us, so what if we don't want to write or we don't like to write? Note the quote says tell, it doesn't say write. We just need to tell them in a way that we can do so easily, that we can have fun doing it, and we're comfortable. So, we're going to talk about topics to vlog. I'm going to talk about creating a video using PowerPoint, and we'll also show a video using your phone. That we kind of understand. We need to create a YouTube channel and, of course, share that with our family. So here's my first one, and I'm just going to pause it here, and then we're coming over. We're um, Okay, how do I play it? Nope. Okay.
Do we want to show the first video that we have?
Yep, please.
Okay, I'm going to remove this real quick and I'm going to bring this one, the biscuit.
Why husbands
Oops,
should taste the food before.
let's start over. Is this
Thank
the right
you.
one?
Why
It is.
husbands
Okay, good.
should taste the food before the company arrives. Many wives do not agree that husbands should be taking bits and bites of food before the food goes to the table. I disagree, and this is why. A couple of years after we were married, my husband was having a presidency meeting at our house. I wanted to make some treats for them while they were there. I made baking powder biscuits and a couple other things that I can't remember anymore. Just before the others arrived, my husband tried one of the baking powder biscuits. This is the list of ingredients for baking powder biscuits. Some of you may have already guessed what happened. Yes, I used baking soda instead of baking powder. They tasted terrible, as you could imagine. They were promptly thrown out. I felt bad because I didn't have as much to offer the guests, but I was so glad he had tasted the food. I would have been very embarrassed if a guest has tasted them first. I would have felt bad for the guest. I had never done that before, and I have not done it since. But I always let my husband taste the food before company arrives, just in case. My mother caught my husband taste testing before dinner one time and gave him a bad time. I had to explain how grateful I was that he did that. Why husbands should taste.
There we go. Thank you for your help. That video was made using PowerPoint. Each slide, each screen change was a different slide, and I recorded my voice for each slide. And you can kind of tell there's a little bit of difference in my voice. I wasn't consistent, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But record the stories that come to your mind right now. So if a food story came to your mind, grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, grab your phone if you need to, and write down a story or keywords. Don't type in the whole story. Don't write it, but something that will help you remember that story. And I want you to do that throughout this session. If a story comes to your mind, write a note so that later you'll be able to create a video for it. Sticky notes works really well. We all like sticky notes. So it could be on paper or the Notes app on your phone, Evernote, OneNote, pick something and start. And keep maybe later, decide where. And every time you have a story come to your mind, kids ask a question, something, grab it and write it down. So what are you going to record about your life? Is there any food? What is your or your family's favorite recipe and why? Now, you could just talk about it or even have a little bit more fun by making a video as you prepare it, which is really good because then you can show what it's supposed to look like along the way, because that's the hardest part. But also tell stories about who made it, was there any failures, when was it made, special occasions. I made my mom's cheesecake, and I make it all the time, and everybody loves my family's cheesecake. One time she was coming and I carried the cheesecake dish over to put it in the fridge because it's a no bake fridge one. And I dropped it and it spilled and it was a mess, but it still went in the fridge and we still ate it. But little things like that, any accidents. What do kids want to know? Everything. And we think our lives are boring, but they are completely different than our kids' lives. Every generation has been different. What was family? What made you happy? What's the day to day normal? Not only did your phone have a tail, but you could share your phone line with others and listen on in other people's conversations. It's really funny. What one thing from your youth do you want to share that was unique about your life? My husband and I have completely different growing up times. And I'm gonna watch and share another video with you. I'm gonna go back into here and if we could start oh, is it ready? If you could
This
start
is
this.
me and my grandfather. We would spend every weekend during the summer on the island. There was an outhouse behind the cabin in amongst the trees. There was no bathroom inside the cabin. This outhouse is similar to the one we had. We definitely had a moon over the door. I believe ours was painted red to match the cabin. Outhouses were very common to have with cabins. When my mother's best friend from high school and her husband got a cabin, they built an outhouse, but with a clear glass door on it. This photo is not their outhouse, but it is as close as I could find. Their door was clear glass, no wood or panes at all, like a clear shower door. The view out the door of the outhouse looked out onto the lake and was very beautiful. They built the outhouse on the other side of the cabin from the driveway, in amongst some trees. It was a little higher than the lake and back a ways, so that boats on the lake could not see inside. This was the only bathroom available when we visited.
Okay, thank you. There we go. Wonderful. Thank you for your help. We're switching back and forth here. How do I do that? So here's the steps. We open up PowerPoint, and on the Insert tab, we click on Pictures, find that picture, and click on Insert. Now, if you're not really good with computers, don't forget to use your kids. Have them help you. Make it part of theirs, and they'll be thrilled and maybe get a little bit more interested. Now, once you insert a photo, along with that photo, we want you to talk, or we want somebody to talk. You can have it recorded from someplace else and upload that file here, or as you can see here, we have two options. One is an audio file from your computer that you may have recorded about somebody from somebody already, or you can record it right here in PowerPoint. Use headphones because then it's clearer, or make sure that your mic is really well. And then write out the script ahead of time, but don't read it. Say it as if you're not reading. And you know, the cool thing is, if you don't like it, doesn't matter. Stop it, delete it, do it again. You actually just have to do it again. There's nothing to delete. Nice and easy. And I also like, because you're doing one picture at a time, you're not recording yourself over the whole video, just once. So click on the slide you want to add, say insert audio this time instead of picture. Click on record. You type in a name. Now, here's the interesting thing about PowerPoint. There's a red circle. You click on the red circle and start talking. And then when you're done, you click on the blue square. And it's like, wait, what? Red does not usually mean go, but it does in this time. Now, when you do that, this megaphone icon appears on the slide. We don't want it to show. We don't want that in the video. There's a box here that we can say hide during, and that hides the megaphone during the video. It's still there for you, but it's hidden for others. That's what we want. Because we want each slide to go one after another automatically, because that's a video, then we have to hit start automatically. So as soon as it goes to that slide, it starts your voice. And we only want usually one slide for this text. If, for what you're saying, if you wanted to go over two, then you'd have to say play across slides. That's harder, it's more stressful. Just talk for the one picture. To get it to go from slide to slide to slide automatically, then we add transitions, is what they're called. And then it will automatically go. And don't make them too fancy. Just go from slide. Add your voice, save it as a PowerPoint. But then as you're going along, because you're going to have a few, so you want to save it as you're working. When it's done and you really like it, then you're going to change what type of document you're saving it as. Instead of a PowerPoint, you're going to save it as an MP4, and that allows us to upload to YouTube as a video. All right. I love these cartoons. Some may feel like this. We'll see. Or maybe you're the person that's going to get all of this at the end. And a lot of those are hard to give away for people because they're family heirlooms. They've been in the family for a few generations, or there's a very important memory that goes along with that item. So what do we ask? How do we record it? Well, we definitely take a picture and ask. There's more than 5 W's there. And they kind of covered them all. Who bought it? Where were you living? Who used it? All of those are great questions to answer that might help you remember why it is so important. Take the pictures, tell the stories, and share the memories in a PowerPoint. So what item should you now ask your ancestor about today, later? Why is it important? Ask them all of those questions and the history. All right. So this table and lamp, I remember as a child. My uncle said he remembers it in 1947. That's where they moved from one town to another. He remembered it since then. When my grandmother moved across the country at age 80, she took these two things with her. They obviously meant a lot, and I love them, and I actually have them now. Did I ever ask her where she got them, why she got them, who bought them for her? Nothing. Okay, I was bad. Now, another video coming up. I have one of my first genealogy trips was with my mother. I was like 7, and we went to the great aunts, and she had a tickle trunk. Some of you might not know what that is, but it was a trunk of amazing items for genealogies. It had letters from the 1850s of brothers talking back and forth between Canada and Glasgow. So let me just stop that, and we're going to switch back over.
Letters written by John McFadgen to his brother Lachlan McFadgen. The letters refer
Lianne, would you like to show the letters video?
directly to his sister.
It's going. Yes, please.
Okay, let's bring that one
I
up.
have a
There
few
it goes.
letters written by John McFadgen to his brother Lachlan McFadgen. The letters refer to their mother and sister, and sometimes he writes a note directly to his sister. John mentions his wife Anne, as well as a few other people. Here is where the two are living during the 1850s. John, Mariposa, Canada West, which is now Ontario, and Lachlan McFadgen in Glasgow, Scotland. This is the photo I have of Lachlan McFadgen. This is quite big and needs repair again. Lachlan brought this rocking chair with him across the ocean. While I read the parts of the letter, imagine Lachlan sitting in this chair reading the letters from his brother. My dear brother, I received Flora's letter, by which I learned that you were poorly for some time. I hope this will find you in improved health. If you intend coming to America, make ready to start early in April. It is the best season for quick passage to Quebec through New York. You may give up your house in February. Bring all your tools, as they will be useful here. Mother and Flora can heal together in the ship. Sell all your furniture. Bring all your bedclothes with you. I have bought my new house finished today. I will move into it one Monday first. Anne is delighted with it. I have 3 rooms below and 2 above, and 5 windows. Front from the end is to the street 18 feet, with about 22 feet long. Cost £75 sterling. I love looking at the handwriting and especially the signature, how they signed their name. To me.
Okay, if you would switch it back to the PowerPoint, please. Thank you. Great. So as I was reading that, I was thinking, or as I was preparing to read, I was thinking of how should I do it? Should I get a man to read those letters? And should he have a Scottish accent or say it in a Scottish accent? Or the other one was, should the chair be rocking? It's a rocking chair. It's actually his rocking chair that he brought with him over. That's why it's his picture there on it. But the rocking chair, the chair rocking while I was saying it, kind of creepy. It is, Halloween just a couple days ago, but still. Tell me what you think in the chat. What are you going to do to take the photos or record the video? So here's this furniture, but it's not in the place where I remembered it in either house. How do you do that? And you have to make sure, and I'm adding more pressure to this than maybe necessary, but think about what's in the background. Is the background distracting? What's wrong? Can you see the lamp, or are you reading, trying to figure out the books that I have behind it? This one's a little too dark. This one, great sunlight, but are you looking at other things? Which is okay, but they're not related to the item. If you're outside, is there shadows? If you're inside, are there shadows? Do you have enough light? Okay. Don't want to stress you out here, but you might want to take just a minute to make sure that the setting is correct. And if you can put the item where you remember it, where it's been, best place, and use that. And the cushion had nothing to do with Lachlan, so, it doesn't need to be there. It's a really old cushion. All right, let's talk about music. Why do you like it? When did you listen? Who introduced your favorite song to you? And just talk about it and have the music playing in the background. Now, this video I created, we're not going to have any, I'm going to show it here because we don't need to worry about the sound, because I can't play the sound with it, because I recorded the song Up, Up and Away in Fifth Dimension by them, which is perfect for the video, but I don't have the copyright to play it, so I can't. So if you don't know the song Up, Up and Away, then you might want to look it up later, because there's some of you who probably have never heard of it. I showed this recently, and some very young people went, we've never heard that song. but it's perfect to go along with this video, and it's okay as long as you're just sharing it with family. Uh, I did have speaking along with this, with the music in the background. In this case, I had to use the play over slides. I had to turn on the music on the first slide, start it there, and just say play over across slides, and it keeps going over all the different slides for me. It worked really well. And then I recorded my voice for each slide that I wanted something. So, what event in your life needs to be recorded? Who was there? What did it happen? I'm going to start this one,
My
but I'm
father-in-law
going
was
to.
born and raised in the Netherlands. He lived there during
Sorry,
World War II.
just a second.
Most of what he got to eat was potatoes. Amazingly enough, he still loved potatoes for his whole life. He also admitted that he and friends would hide Nazi bikes while the soldiers were in the bars at night. They never damaged them, because if they damaged them, then there would be retribution to the town and the people. It was the Canadian soldiers that liberated the Netherlands. The soldiers would bring chocolate and hand it out to all the kids. The Dutch were and still are very grateful to the Canadians for liberating. This was part of the reason why my father-in-law later moved to Canada.
Okay, so sorry, that sound was probably really bad, but it was about my father-in-law who grew up during the war in the Netherlands and ate potatoes only because that's all he had, and he still loved potatoes, which was, oh good, um, amazing to me that he did it. And the bikes, yeah, we won't anyway. So what about favorites? What items? What's your favorite color? Books, poetry, songs, music. They're always fun to talk about, but also explain why it's your favorite. When did it become? Who introduced that song or book to you? And where were you? So you can laugh. I'm right in between Donnie and Marie. So growing up, when I wore purple, and it's my favorite color since I was a kid, people would say, oh, you must be a Donny Osmond fan because I am also LDS. And I'd say, no, I loved purple before he was famous. But I had to explain that to people. My kids laugh. Now, some of you may or may not know who this is. You might have know who at least Ed Sullivan is. Some of you, not everybody. And on Sunday nights, I had to watch with my mother and grandmother the Ed Sullivan Show. And yes, the Beatles came on, but a lot of it was pretty boring. So every once in a while, Topo Gigio would come on. And he was my favorite. It was a puppet, it's a mouse, and that made my night when he was on the Ed Sullivan Show. It's on YouTube if you want to figure out. Is there any location that you should make a video of? A favorite spot? Could be your house, a room, someplace where you like to read your book or just get away from the world. Take your phone and show people or take pictures and then talk about why. Even a whole virtual tour of your house is a good idea. Each room, the layout, memories, kitchen. Don't forget the backyard and the neighborhood. COVID had helped with that. Um, Good place. So where did you hang out during COVID? Now, this one, I can't find the, okay. So that was my husband in a church, that a place that we were visiting, and he just took a really quick video of it, but a video of your church, and where kids were blessed, or baptisms, or marriages. Do you have a video of that? So now we've got some videos, and we want to upload those to our own YouTube channel. How cool does it sound to say, I have a TV channel? Okay, it's a YouTube channel, but still, it's really good. You need a Google account. It's free. You may want to create your own Google account. Just for it, you can have multiple Google accounts, and you can just ignore the email address. You don't have to use the email address. Just use it for your YouTube channel, or you can use your Google accounts you already have. And when you log in to your Google account, then you look at the waffle menu, the 9 squares, and look for YouTube, or you can go directly to YouTube. Then to create a channel, try uploading or post a comment or create a playlist, any one of those. And YouTube's going to ask you, do you want to create an account, a channel? And you say, yes, please. It might come up with a name. You decide on your name. Read the terms of service, and then click create channel. And this is the screen that you get. It's very boring here, but you can add an image to it, as well as, so your art, as well as an image over here, the little one. And it puts your name or whatever you called your YouTube channel. So let's go back just for a second and talk about stories, and how do we get some more stories. Amy Johnson Crow has blog posts for 52 weeks. It's an email, and every week you get a new topic to write a blog about. And I have her permission to say you can also vlog about it. Make a video about your school days or cousins or mistakes. Okay? It's a great way to come up with ideas. And you do not have to make a video every single week. Pick one every month to do. Just depends on your schedule and ability, time ability. Another one is Thomas McCanty and Genealogy Bargains. So he has, over the years, had Facebook, emails, Instagram, and he always talks about what's the day, what's the topic of the day. And you might have something about zippers. Maybe you're a seamstress and you hate zippers. So you could talk about it. And of course, pizza, we can all talk about pizza and material. Anyway, any book that is written out there about writing your life history or a family history will have topics. Grab those topics. Now, the length of the video, you've noticed mine are short, and they should be. 8 minutes is all you've got to keep someone's attention before a new subject. Now, when I talked about my father-in-law, I talked about bikes and potatoes and bikes and liberation. So there was a change of subject, even though it was about the same person. So that also works, but the video is only 3.5 minutes long. So as a teacher, we're told you need to change your topic every minute of the age of the person. So the default is about 15 minutes, but don't go 15 minutes. The YouTube default is 15. No, that's changed. When Rootstack had to switch to online, they told us all that your video can only be 20 minutes. They found that people turned off webinars after 20 minutes. So you've already lost interest. We're past that now. So, but you get to come back and watch it later. So our videos for Rootstack 21 and 22 were 20 minutes. So a whole talk then was divided into 3 sections. Worked great. Some of you may remember Paul Harvey and the rest of the story. And if you ever listen to them, you know how captivating they were. They were under 5 minutes. Most of them were around the 4-minute mark. TED Talks, 18 minutes or shorter. So how do you tell a story then that is only 3-4 minute videos, but somebody's life history? Or even sometimes some events are going to be more than 3 or 4 minutes to tell the whole story. This company, Pemberley Digital, has made the Pride and Prejudice and Emma into videos. They vlogged the story with actors, but each video was 4 to 6 minutes long, telling part of the story. And they did it one at a time, and it's a lot of fun. If you're a Jane Austen fan, I would suggest you Google it. Another thing, when we think of serial stories, we think of way back Great Expectations, right? That it took a whole year for that story to come out, and it came out in the paper. Well, authors are still doing that. Recent websites, Stephen King, Orson Scott Card, you might know some of these. And they publish just a little bit and make you wait. And the waiting is fun, kind of. But the best thing, if you need more than one video to tell a story, make sure that you stop it at a good point. Make it a cliffhanger, because then they'll want to watch the next video. I did not watch Dallas, but I knew the catchphrase, "Who shot JR?" And many of these shows and many others have left us hanging at the end of the season to know what's going to happen next. So can you think of a story that, you could split and have that really good cliffhanger? Because our lives are not just 3 to 4 minutes, we've got many stories that you will be thinking of and hopefully writing down for future. We want to organize them on our YouTube channel. There is no limit to the amount of videos you can upload, so that you could have videos about all your ancestors and you, and siblings and cousins and kids. But we want those videos to be organized by each person. So we do so by making a playlist. There's no limit to the amount of playlists you can have on your YouTube channel, but you can only have 100 videos per playlist. That doesn't matter. If you tell grandma that you've made 2 playlists on her life, that her life has so many stories that it didn't fit on one playlist, how honored will she feel? Sorry. So let's talk now, and I'll show you how to do that, and that's on the handout. What if you're recording and there's noise? The dishwasher starts, kids come in running, siren outside. Don't worry. If you're recording your voice, stop it, do it again. It's only a couple minutes. And the more you do it, the better you get. So here's some background noise. Kids playing, dishwasher. Find if there's a place where there's no noise. Good luck, but that's part of life. So it kind of enhances it. Now, I'm going to try this. I'm not sure. The next video I did on my phone, and I haven't uploaded it, so we'll see if it'll work. If not, I'll just explain it.
Our son Jonathan has always loved water. I remember him standing on the edge of our carport when it was raining. He was less than 2 years old. He would put his hands out to feel the rain, even when it was pouring, maybe especially when it was pouring. He would even step out and get really wet, just for fun.
Okay, so that video, I don't know if you could hear it, but I had the rain falling, and I was talking about one of my sons who loved the rain. So I went outside on a rainy day. Now, this isn't anywhere near, it's a different province from when he was a child, but I thought in this case the sound would help. All right, how do you record it? Okay, get ready, set, action, click on the record button, talk, and then hit stop when you're done. Who's going to be in the video? Are you going to have costumes? Do you need a selfie stick? And then click on it. They work really well. If you have a tripod, then you have to go click on start and then click on stop, and then you're in and out, or you have somebody else help you. Now, another thing that you can do for fun is interview somebody. Like be Kermit the Frog and interview somebody. And I can't imitate him, but act like him. I taught at the Ogden Institute on family history for a few years, and I would have the students do a project. And three of them chose being interviewed by somebody that they admired. Someone was a pianist, and so she had Rachmaninoff interview. Somebody else had Eeyore, and another guy had a pizza interview him so that he wouldn't eat the pizza to stop him. Great. A lot was told during these interviews, really short. All right. So on your phone, you download the YouTube app, log in with your Google account. It comes up like this, and down at the bottom, you'll see a plus sign. You can upload a video. How many of you have videos already on your camera? Click on upload. It lists, it comes up with all your videos, not your images, just your videos. Find the one you're looking for, click next. It asks you for details about it, a title, a description, and most importantly, privacy. Who gets to see this on your YouTube channel? And where was it taken? The audience is the age. Now you'd think, of course, it's for all kids. But if you say it is for kids, you cannot add closed captions. So I usually say, no, it's not for kids, because I might want to add the captions. I upload it. While it's uploading, you get this little circle. When it's done, you get a check mark. And you've got your video. How about guest books? This is
the guest logbook from the cabin my grandparents had. It records entries from 1958 through 1960.
Okay, so that's a video that I took about some of the entries within that guest book, like cribbage was huge, and they always put in there who won the cribbage matches. And the other thing that was in there was who caught the most fish. Fun little things, but a great history because it shows who actually came and when. So I talked about a playlist, and you can divide that by a person. It could also be a subject like family reunions and just have videos about family reunions, or a specific location where you document all the places that were important for the family in that town, such as houses, but also churches and schools and where people worked. Okay, no limit. To get a playlist, to add a video to a playlist, there is 3 dots, and you click on it and say save to playlist. It will list for you all the playlists you've created in the past, or if you don't have any or you're creating a new one, just click down here at the bottom, create a new playlist. To add a video while you're watching it, if it's on the screen and you're watching it right now, then you can click on this save here, this playlist icon, and all of them come up and you click on the one, or again, you can add a new playlist on the fly. So here's Mida Wise playlist that we have. And sorry, you can sort them by the date they were added, newest or oldest, or the date that they were published originally on your computer. You can also, though, even better, drag and drop. So as you're writing and creating these stories about your ancestor, about grandma, they may not be done in chronological order. And you want to upload them and share them with the family as soon as you have them. But it's okay if you add a newer video or when she was younger, after she was married, no problem. You just drag these lines, drag and drop them into the right order. So don't stress about having to do the videos in chronological order. Just make them and do them and get them up there, and then organize them as you need to. So how do you share? And this is about one video or a playlist, your options. If you select private, you're the only one who can look at them. If you select unlisted, then only the people you share the link with will find. And that's probably what most of us want to do, is just share it with the family. And family kind of really don't want it all out there on the whole World Wide Web. So unlisted, safest way. Family gets to see it, but not everybody else. So again, by video or by the playlist, you want the shareable link. So where do you put that? Well, you can put it on a blog, email, Facebook, paste it anywhere. Also, how many videos do you have at home that are in old formats? Get them converted. Make sure they're in MP4, and then you're ready to upload. Now, Google Photos. Do you have any videos in Google Photos? If you go to that link and type in videos, it shows just your videos. A lot easier than trying to find them yourself. So search for the word videos, they come up, download them, and then upload them to your YouTube channel. Now, yes, YouTube and Google are the same company. They used to have a way to transfer them, but they don't. Maybe we need to talk to them. Now, I have a link to my YouTube channel where I have multiple videos to use as an example and some subject matter. What's missing on those videos is the person talking besides me. When we talk about school names and cities and towns and teachers, you're not going to have that because I am sharing it with the world. So I did not include that. Make sure you do, because you're just going to be sharing with your family. Remember back with all those heirlooms, those cute cartoons? Use those heirlooms now with your family, make memories, and then record it. Create your YouTube channel. your kids, grandkids, they're going to think you're pretty cool. Make the videos no more than 5 minutes. Upload them to your channel and share them with your family. Also, I want to include, don't forget your kids' projects, the things that they did. I made a video, had my daughter make a video on one of her projects that she really appreciated, but how long can you hold on to a box? So she kept a couple of the flowers though.
That was a wonderful presentation. Thank you so much, Lianne. And
Right.
surprise, everybody. Hello. I switched out with Sandy because she has a presentation coming up next. So we'll go ahead and if you have questions, go ahead and get those posted if you haven't already. I think we did have a few.
Okay, good. Or share comments and ideas. That's good too.
So it looks like, I think you answered this already, but does the YouTube upload count towards your overall Google memory usage total, including
Great
photos
question.
and email?
Yeah, great question. No, your photos do, but YouTube does not at this point.
Yeah, that's great.
There, somebody else answered it for it.
Yeah, Sandy answered during the presentation, but I just wanted to bring it up just in case somebody else hadn't already. So, all right. So get those questions in there, everybody.
I see the comments. No videos on their phone. Okay, so there's your next project.
Yeah.
Oh, and somebody moved and lost their. Oh, that's tough.
Oh, this is a good idea. She had a meeting with herself and recorded it. That's a good way to do it too. You can edit those videos.
Perfect. Interview yourself. I love it.
All right, let's see what we got here. And then somebody did ask a question just pertaining to the symposium I wanted to answer if people didn't see the response. So they were having a hard time getting into another presentation after it had already gone live and it was later. What you can do is you can go to the on-demand page, and we post up there all the previous presentations so that you can see those anytime. All of the presentations will be live on the channel for 30 days, so you have time to catch the replay. All right, let's see what we got here. So, great presentation.
Thank you. And then Anne converted them to DVDs. So now they're digital, and so long as they're MP4s, upload them or convert them to MP4s. Yes.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, your local library has a lot of, sometimes they'll have those resources available to you if you don't have them yourself.
Yes, good point.
Love libraries.
It's free that way.
All right.
Oh, good video, Anne. Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. Oh, her niece uploaded a video of her late father, whose birthday is today. He died in 2021. Oh, that's nice, though, that she did that.
Very nice.
Oh, John's got a video of bats flying around in his bedroom years ago.
Wait, I missed that. I was reading Bridget's. Oh, that's good.
Dr. Shelley says, oh, yes, she remembers the show. Ed Sullivan show. All right. Let's see. We got some more comments coming in. Oh, just your presentation and syllabi are fantastic.
And email if you have any questions, or share with me what you make. I'd love to see those.
And your channel is actually tagged in the video description of this video, so they can get to your channel from here.
And it's on the screen right now too.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's even better though. Clicks faster.
All right. Well, thank you again, Lianne, for a wonderful presentation. I just wanted to show Again, the welcome page, which has a link to where you can find the handouts. It has the link to the schedule for all the symposium speakers. And just a note, we did get a chance to reschedule the New Zealand presentation that we weren't able to go live with that speaker that day yesterday. So that is going to be done this evening at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then the Puerto Rico presentation that was being given by Debbie Gertler, she lost internet about halfway through. So we're rescheduling that tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. So look for those links soon. And of course, there's all the other links out here, the research party, the Discord server, and then here is the on-demand section. So you just click that and it takes you to that section. There's games and then the store. You gotta love all that merchandise that's out there for the symposium. And yep. And then the next speaker is our very own Sandy Paddock, and she is doing a presentation that is having multiple guests, bonding over branches, exploring genealogy and research with global friends. So that's coming up next. So y'all stay tuned for that. Thank you all for tuning in and have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Bye. Great comments.